Supernatural Season 13, Episode 15, A Most Holy Man. So this episode, I would definitely say I really enjoyed. It was definitely a filler episode, except for like that one little piece at the end. They actually got one of the ingredients that they needed. But for the most part, it was definitely just a silly filler episode. I really enjoyed it though, because it was like going through, you could tell it was one of those, let's have kind of a little bit of fun type episode. So I really loved it for that. Some of the stuff that they did was just, some of it just totally fit and, normal silly. And then some of the stuff, it was like they're definitely making little jokes and nods to kind of gangster movies, like when the father gets knocked out by the guy that the woman hired, and they have like the silhouettes, and the guy stops and you can see his gun pointed out. It was just silly little stuff where it's like they didn't need to do that, but they totally did it just to make a silly little reference. So loved the references that they had. Sam and Dean were silly. Dean, I think, had my favorite scene in the whole episode when he was talking about what he would do if somebody stole the Impala. So that was just absolutely hilarious. So I love that scene. And then just throughout the episode, it was twists and turns. It was like, all right, so we meet this woman and she sends us to this guy, and then he wants us to steal the skull. And so then they get busted because they, attempt to make that happen, and then that ultimately ends up failing. So then they end up having to make a deal with the mob boss. And then when they go through the whole process, they end up deciding, well, let's help out the father because he's a great guy. All these guys are just, criminals. So let's help him and, try to go through the whole thing. And then it's like, all right, well, how's this going to play out? Of course, I figured they wouldn't have, enough money. So then it comes down to the guy that they first met, and he just puts zero. Like, he's putting in no money because he decides to offer, like, the woman's second in command $1,000,000 cash. And so then he kills her, and then it's just a crazy shootout. And I was like, well, there's just a million twists and turns. It was all, human based stuff with like, supernatural base, but every issue they dealt with was just humans being humans. And it was just like, all right, well, that was crazy. Constantly getting caught, having to make new deals, and then deciding to make deals at the end. And then crazy shootout, which was also super funny because they did, once again, the silly nod where it's this crazy shootout, but everything's like in slow motion, and they're playing like the angelical choir music on top of it. And it was just really, really over the top. But I loved it. I thought it was really funny. And ultimately, like I said, they end up succeeding at the end of the episode. The guy who played the father was actually pretty funny. Turn my volume off because I don't know how many messages I'm gonna get. But I liked him. I thought he was pretty funny. But the whole episode I thought was really good. And like I said, you could tell it was one of those sillier episodes. I don't know if it was a different. I didn't see who directed it, so I don't know if it was someone different than normal or different special guest writer or whatever. But definitely a funny episode. It was just a little bit sillier than normal. Obviously, it can't. I just assume it can't compare to what we're getting next with this whole Scooby-Doo thing. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But this was really fun. Just a simple, silly episode. Obviously, no grand scope. We didn't see what was going on with anybody else. It was just, here's a little filler episode, and it was just one of those really good fillers. So I really enjoyed it for that. Looking forward to the next episode, of course, with Scooby-Doo. I didn't realize it was March 26th, which really sucked when I saw the promo, because I was like, oh, next, for me, I saw like online first. I was like, oh man, next week is the Scooby-Doo thing. And then when I actually watched the whole promo, it was like, March 26th. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I thought, especially with me watching the episode a little later, I was like, I have just a little bit less time to, the Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover, which is still insane. But I can't wait for it. I love Scooby-Doo, so I'm like, I don't know what in the world they're going to do here. I assume that it can't possibly, be related to whatever's going on with the main story, but you never know. Like, they'll be solving some mystery, and then it's like, oh, we found like one of the ingredients within the, Scooby-Doo universe, and then they're able to, pull it out of the TV or something. But definitely looking forward to that, and I'm really curious who they're gonna have as the voice actors, because I think they still have the cast. I don't know if the current Scooby-Doo cartoon is even current. I don't know if that's still on TV or what, but just from the little that I've seen, it was like, I think those are the actual actors that they have. So that should be something. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But this is a nice, silly, simple little episode. Naturally, want to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, least favorite parts about it, and of course, with the next episode being Scooby-Doo, I would love to know what you guys think the storyline is going to be. I haven't looked it up. I'm sure the synopsis is out there, but I didn't want to know like anything about the episode. So if you guys have predictions, I definitely want to know your predictions. What do you guys want to see? There's just so many things. I'm like, I don't think they're going to do anything, considering they went into the TV, I don't think there's going to be anything like supernatural based where it's like really intense. I think it will all be legitimately like a Scooby-Doo episode for an hour. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to see how in the world that plays out. But we'd love to know your predictions and what you guys just want to see in general, because it's Scooby-Doo mixed with Supernatural. So yeah, I just want to know what you guys are thinking about that. And like I said, definitely want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.